I was being trafficked and had no idea there was a word for it.
Toronto Police's human trafficking unit is the largest in the country. Its mandate, to find young, often underage girls forced to work in the sex trade.
Put your phones on vibrate. Okay, so the undercover officer's on the way up the elevator now.
10:30 a.m. on a Friday. Police are looking for a girl.
15:55. Okay, so we have the room now.
I think the stars aligned in the sense that it's become very much a parallel objective for the unit to raise awareness about this issue, because there's so much silence and so much shame that covers it and blankets it and keeps everybody in the dark. We did a scan, we did a canvass of a bunch of police units across the country, and everybody kept saying, you have to talk to Nunzio Tramontosi, who runs Toronto's human trafficking unit. He's the guy.
I think of my daughter. My daughter's 15. You know, my daughter's at that age where they recruit, okay? She's in high school, grade 10. That's what they're looking for. And you know what? When I see these girls, that could be my daughter.
And we expected, when we first met with him, to hear about, you know, the marginalized communities, which you're expecting, they're at risk, that they will be prey. But what was really surprising, too, was that half of the victims that the unit sees are coming from so-called good homes. These are homes of, you know, where the parents are lawyers, doctors, police officers even. So that part, I think, made the story resonate, not just for Detective Tramontosi as a father and as a police officer, but I think it resonated with all of us in the crew. All of us felt that we can somehow relate to this.
This is the best my life has ever been. I have these people that are going to take care of me. I don't have to worry about anything. The best way I can describe it is I had hit the jackpot.
Carly doesn't want us to show her face. She especially doesn't want her grandmother to know. She was a runaway and hooked on heroin when she met her traffickers. They took her in, and she says they took care of her.
They asked me about my family. They asked me about my friends. They asked me why I was homeless. They, you know, they asked me about my hopes and dreams for the future. I felt so special.
You get roped down this road so quickly, and before you know it, as she said, she was servicing 10 to 12 men a day and having absolutely no control over it. And a big, big piece of human trafficking is that these young girls and women have no control. They get no money. And often, the detectives would tell us, they would barely get a meal a day. So there's this misconception that this is prostitution in a sense, that people are choosing this path. No, they are lured in by something that begins as a boyfriend-girlfriend type of relationship, and very soon, and that's the striking, shocking part, very soon, within a matter of days, they're suddenly servicing people and not seeing a dime, and suddenly no longer in control of their movement, of their money, of anything.
We need to help them. We need to help these girls. You know, they're getting brutalized every day. They're getting raped every day, you know, 15, 20 times a day. They're human beings. You know, they're our children.
These are predators. They know how to manipulate those vulnerabilities. And that is what police and Detective Sergeant Tramontosi really, really pushed. Not only be very aware of what your child is up to, but love them unconditionally. That sounds so simplistic, almost old-fashioned, but that's what we would hear time and again from our survivor and from police. Children, young women, vulnerable people, they just need to feel that somebody loves them and accepts them. And that gives them that shield for when the predators come lurking to kind of know better.
This man thinks he's on his way to have sex with a 17-year-old girl. He's arrested as soon as he walks into the hotel room.
He showed up as he promised, and he was surveilled up to this location where he was arrested by an arrest team inside of the room. I look at it like a triangle. I look at it as there's victims, there's traffickers, pimps, and there's the purchaser, the people that are buying the service. And each person has a role in these types of investigations. And Yes, we want to do everything we can for victims. That's why we're doing the work. That's why all these people are doing the work. At the same time, we definitely take serious the fact that we need to lock these guys up.
The man is escorted out the back entrance, taken to a nearby police station. That's where he'll be booked with attempting to have sex with a minor. Joanna Rumiliotis, CBC News, Toronto.